What is up, YouTubers, gamers, and hobbyists? Welcome to this episode of Painting Snippets, the half-hour show where I'm still hobbying and painting, and you still hobby and paint along with me, but it's only for half an hour as opposed to an hour or even more in some cases. Now, I've got a little bit of free time in between work, so we're getting a half hour done here now. And yeah, what this session is primarily going to be used for is to prep some stuff ready for the weekend, the long weekend that's coming up. Actually, at the time of recording, it might have passed by the time you see this, but I'm prepping for a long weekend and I'm hoping to get a good hobby session in there. But before I do that, I've got some stuff which needs priming and some stuff which needs, well, stone effect, but I'll probably leave that until the up and coming weekend. So I'm just shaking up some primer here now, some Vallejo black. Let's get to the bench. You'll see what I mean. So grab all your stuff, paints and models and things, and let's get to it. Right, so here we are. So I'm still shaking this pot up, and the reason I got this fellow out, this hobgrot hide, is because it's going to be the next paint I use on these sandbags. So see, I've done some sandbags here. I'm just doing some alternate colours, some variation in it to make it look a bit more realistic. And I've got these another two sets of sandbags back along, and I want to prime these up. So I want to get these done. And of course, this, where I did my ruined farmhouse, this needs to be primed as well. This will all need doing. It's just some more terrain and ruins for me to work on. So I'm going to put a healthy squeeze of primer into there. And I've just realised I haven't put them onto bases, but that's okay. When I say bases, I mean, I effectively mean lids. So I'll just dig some out here. Oh, this is going to be slow going. Come on. God, you know, you can't get the staff, can you, honestly? This is how not to prep for a video. Mind you, I didn't really know I was going to have this time, because I'm supposed to be at work, really. But I'll talk about that in a moment. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. That'll do for that. Right. Put my glasses on top of my head because, you know, that's kind of where I need them. And yeah, I mean, do I talk about that on Painting Snippets? It's not really designed for life stuff, is it? It's hobby stuff, so we'll talk about hobby stuff. I may veer off onto real life stuff, but it's not. I'm not supposed to. I try not to, but you know, sometimes I just can't help myself, and if I do apologise for that. So don't hold it against me. I will just say one thing, and then I'll leave it there. So I'm supposed to be. It's my hours of work, right? But I'm waiting for some IT equipment to be delivered to me. I can't do anything else today, at least, without it. And yeah, we'll talk more on the bench when I get going with that, because my new role is it's underway now, and it's all good. I just need this equipment, you know. It's all right. So I've got these on here now. Now, just gonna find a suitable brush I can apply said primer onto my models with. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, I used black before. I can't see why I wouldn't. Darken these sandbags down. And I'm glooping paint onto these sandbags like there's no tomorrow, because I'm trying to get rid of the lines on the top. See, I tried filing them out on the first lot I had, which was only very, very partially successful. In fact, it didn't work all that well. It was not as good as I was hoping it would be. But the lines that you get from the 3D printing process. So, I figure just gloop some paint on until the detail disappears. So that's how I'm doing it. That's how I'm playing it. And for the most part, it's working quite well. Yeah. So it's, unusual because I'm not thinning down any paints for this at all like I would be if I was working on, say, an infantry model or something like that. So yes, I'll try not to deviate. But back at the house, I've got my own personal laptop is on ready. I'm basically just attending meetings as and when, and I've got my phone on standby now, just in case they want to get hold of me. But till I get my equipment, there's really not a lot I can do. I can't even do the training. But apparently this is normal for where I am, and it's absolutely nothing to worry about. It's just one of those things. So I'm wanting to prep stuff ready for the weekend so that I can just come out here, pick up my paints and start applying colour. Glorious. Yeah, so this is prep. And preparation is the key to anything, as you know. Well, you might not know, but preparation is the key. Not just in miniature hobby, but in life. You cannot prepare too much. You can over prep things like role-playing games and things like that. I admit you can over prep those things, but by and large, whatever you're doing, you can't. I really should move these out the way a bit, so it's going to get some time to dry here. I also want to do like a section of this as well while I'm here, because this is going to be stone effect, and I just follow my usual stone effect recipe, which I'd forgotten actually, and I had to rewatch my own tutorial. How weird is that? Because I want it to match what the other stuff I'd done, so I had to rewatch an old stone effect tutorial I did years ago. And how did I do that again? I had a vague notion of what paints I used, but I couldn't remember exactly, and I wanted to get it exact because, like I say, I wanted it to have continuity with what I've got across the board there, with my other ruined farmhouse, which I would have used my standard stone effect painting recipe for. And yeah, that's what I wanted to do, so that's what I'm doing. Right, okay, there we go. So we've got one there now. And let's just do the other ones. Sandbags. So these sandbags I got here, I got from a seller off of the eBay. And yeah, I've got 4 sets of them all together now. I like them that much. I like the randomness of them. And they're quite realistic the way they're piled. Whereas some sandbag sets you look at, or I've looked at anyway, they're kind of a little bit too uniform for my liking, too symmetrical, I don't know. Can't put my finger on it, but there's something about it I'm like, I prefer this. Whereas these are more asymmetrical, not just in the way they're stacked, but each bag itself. So that's kind of cool. I like that. I will be, after this video, I will be stopping for lunch, because it is lunch time. And I haven't even had breakfast yet. Haven't even had breakfast yet, but it's all good. Was gonna have see, yesterday I had beans on toast, which was awesome. I know we're not talking, this is hobby stuff, but it's just I need to, because I'm hungry. And I was gonna have a pot noodle as well, so I'll be having that today. Pot noodle. Got my coffee here, so that's all good. And these sandbags, of course, and terrain, it's all going to be for bolt action, you see. So you can expect to see more 28mm World War II terrain, you know. And that'll be good. I found a property in Seaton I want to show my wife at the weekend, so that's going to be exciting. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because there is a hobby link there. When we move to Seaton and we're settled in Seaton, I am probably going to get into some ancient stuff as well. I'm certainly going to get into some Roman stuff, sort of Hail Caesar type thing, if nothing else. Yeah, because I like the traditional Romans. You know, I know there's all different kinds, but the ones that wear the red robes and with the square shields, and they just look awesome. The ones you see on the movies, basically. When I was a kid watching Roman movies and wars and things. Yeah. Yeah, all good. It's nice. Weird to be painting when meant to be working, but I wouldn't be able to do this in my last job. Just ain't got time. You can't be away from the computer. As long as I'm contactable, though, that's good. That's all good. It's good for your mental health too, doing this. Doing all this stuff. Right, then we've got one more. Actually, I need to keep an eye on the time here. That's good. That is good. I had a book arrive about Seaton today, which was good. Pictures of Seaton and Sidmouth, which is a place next to Seaton. But yeah, it's gonna have a good hobby space in Seaton. Ooh, the heating's kicking in out. It's nice, lovely, jubbly. Yeah, so I didn't do. I gave up the bolt action stuff before, primarily because of cost. I knew I couldn't afford both, and I didn't want to give up Warhammer, so I thought, well, I'll just have to give up bolt action then. I'd only just got into it, really. I hadn't had a proper game of it, even. I was that new. Right, so we're all primed here now on these sandbags, so that's good. I guess I put a bit way too much on these, and well, that's okay. I think this would be more conducive for spraying the primer, but whatever. I want to try out my speed paints too over the weekend. That might be good. That could be something that happens, but I've got a specific model in mind I want to try for it. So yeah. just using up the primer now to put on this because I don't want to waste any. There. Looking good, sir. Looking good. I mean, I could possibly have time to come out and quickly just finish off after lunch. I don't know. But this is what Painting Snippets is all about, folks. Just grabbing your hobby when you can, as I'm demonstrating now. Once this equipment arrives, it'll be all hands on deck. I won't have this luxury then, but once I've got a lot of the stuff out of the way it needs doing and seeing to, I will then be able to get back on track again. But I thought I'd get this in whilst I can. Yeah, so I've got the bank holiday Monday just coming up. So that's going to be awesome. I'm going to pop this. Could do with letting some of it dry first anyway. I think that's a good thing. Yeah. We're only 18 minutes into it. That's not bad. Already I've prepped sandbags that I can then paint over the weekend, or start painting over the weekend at least. Yeah, and that's great. That's really great. One thing I do want to have a look for to see if I've got is Army Painter soft tone. I know I've got the dark tone here, the strong tone here, sorry, the in the tin, but that's more of an oil-based shade wash. I just want to have a look, see if I've got any Army Painter soft tone, Army Painter purple tone, Army Painter flesh wash, skin wash, dark tone. I need the soft tone, I think, because inks, it's not ink. Jumpsuit shader. Red shade. That must be good because it's almost gone. Brown glaze. No, red tone. Washes. It doesn't look like I've got a light wash. Light tone. So that's something I'll need to order. I'm thinking of using, well, I've seen a good tutorial on YouTube regarding the speed paints and the light tone, go over it with the light tone. It looked really good. I'd like to emulate that on my speed paint go here. I know I've just washed my brush off, but just seen a bit on Lysander's shield here that needs to wash it off again now. Ah well. I'm going to take some coffee in a moment here. Right. I'm going to be doing an announcement on my Patreon site as well regarding the Painting with Patrons video series, and it probably been of no interest to you guys because it's just for the patrons benefit. But I mean, you know, you might hear it here first. I don't know, and you might be a patron The Painting with Patrons series is currently an hour, or nearly an hour, just a little bit less than an hour. Sometimes it can be like 40 minutes, 45 minutes, but I do aim to go for an hour, but it depends on the editing. But like On the Bench, but it's patrons, and you know, it's an even more intimate, more focused hobby session. But that is going to be, moving forwards, that series is going to be aimed at around 30 minutes from now on. But all hope is not lost, because there is going to be an additional painting series. I'm going to probably call it Painting with Pete, for patrons, and that is going to be an hour long. Obviously that will be at a different tier, but that's just the way I've got to work it now. At the moment, I'll probably be doing more of the half-hour ones, and they don't take as long to upload or download, you know, from the camera to the computer, and then vice versa. Uploading to YouTube, excuse me. Ugh. And with my time being a bit more limited, I'm going to need to do that going forwards. But I will be doing hour-longs, and you know, in the future there'll be hour and a halves, maybe even be able to push to 2 hours. Who knows, right? Who knows? So there's going to be a bit like Painting Snippets here, but obviously I'll be talking about all sorts on Painting with Patrons. Talk about whatever, really do. I'm glad I've got my half track all primed up now, so that's him. Yeah, so I'll be able to start putting some paint on. I've got some decals with the box set as well, Band of Brothers. Reading about these, it said these were probably one of the most numerous vehicles in the war. So I'm going to get a few more. I want 3 at least, I think, in my German army. Maybe even 4. But yeah, these are a very good vehicle by the looks of things. And I can't see why they wouldn't be awesome around the battlefield. Not as protective as a tank, of course, but yeah, it might be good. Might be good. I'm looking forward to being able to paint up some more vehicles and get and build some more vehicles for bolt action. Quite excited about that. I also want to start work on my Dana Lysander model. I'm glad I got him before he was taken off of the shelves, because yeah, I'm hoping they do a Primaris version of him in the future. I really am. It would be nice. And I've got a Tor Garadon, and that's good. But I really do hope, you know, like I say, in the future they will be doing a Primaris version of Captain Darnath Lysander. To have him get Primarised up, undergo all the surgeries and that, because not many of them survive it, actually, to go the transition from normal Space Marine to Primaris. I forget, it's not the Grey Shields, is it? The Grey Shields was the ones originally that didn't undergo any of the rituals that banded them together as brothers, so it was difficult for them. I forget what these are called, the ones that transition over. But my point being, they could, if they don't bother putting him as a Primaris, they could always say in the lore that he didn't survive the transition, which would be an awful shame. But I want him for my Imperial Fists, of course. The Fine Cast model I have of him here, it was an awful model to prep. It had an awful lot of guff on it, different striations of debris and detritus to clean up. One of the worst ones I've done in a long time, if I'm honest. But yeah, well, we'll see on that. We'll see. So what next. That's about it, really, guys. That's all I got for this video. So I'm gonna zoom out. So thank you very much for watching this episode of Painting Snippets. So I'm going to do if anybody from Patreon is watching, I will be doing an update for the site for that, and to let you know about the exciting new painting series. And yeah, that's literally pretty much all I've got. It's all I can do time-wise right now anyway. But yeah, so thanks ever so much for watching. Please like or dislike, but if you do like it, share it around. That'd be cool. Anywhere, share it anywhere. Share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, wherever you can, Instagram, whatever. Just get the word out, hey. Check out Patreon if you want to see exclusive videos, and to the channel and to me myself. And that all that remains is for me to say, remember, all brushes lead to all, and I'll see you on another video. Bye for now, folks. Bye bye.